Hello guys, we'll simulate the function stringcat strcat in this video. So before we go for the implementation of the function, first let's understand how does built-in stringcat work. So for that, suppose I have two different strings. One is first with some 100 size and I store some string there. Suppose I store my name there, say Tushar, and I take one more string which is say second, and in that string I store my surname, so suppose this is Kali, and then I write strcat and I am passing both the strings first comma second to that function, and then I print the first string, so printf %s first. So this is the code. So let me compile and run this. Name of the file is strcat underscore demo.c. So I will say gcc strcat underscore demo.c. It is giving one warning for that stringcat function. That is because I did not include the header string.h. So I will include string.h here, and now let me compile it again, and when I run this, now it is printing Tushar Kale as a single word. That means it is appending the second string to the first string. So if you see, first string is Tushar, second string is Kale, and when I call the stringcat function and after that if I print the first string, then this is the output. So it is appending the second string to the first string. So the same thing I want to implement in my function. That means stringcat function is used for concatenation of two different strings. So I'm supposed to write one function which is string cat or string concat, whatever the name can be, anything, but it should concatenate one string to other string. So let me declare my function here. Instead of calling built-in function, I will call my own function. So suppose the name of my function is string underscore say concat is the name that I am giving, and I will pass the strings first and second to that. Then how will be the declaration and definition for that string concat function? Now what will be the return type? I can keep return type void, then name of the function is string concat, and I will receive two character pointers since I am passing two arrays of characters. So declaration will be char star comma char star. So I will write the definition of the function here. So void is the return type, string underscore concat is the name, and I will write here char asterisk. Now what will the name of the formal argument? So I can give any name, but let's see what is the name given in the built-in string cat function, so that I will follow the same convention. I told you that as far as possible you keep the declaration of the build of your function same as that of built-in function. So if I let me check, suppose if I say man strcat, then it will show you the manual page. So return type is char star strcat, it is taking char star dst, so destination string is first and source string is second. So if you see this declaration, it is taking two char star arguments, rather second one is const char star because second string is not going to change. So basically this function will append source string to the destination string. So this is destination string to which source string will get appended. So let me change my declaration in a similar way. Return type is also char star, so I will change that also. So in my function I will change return type to char star, and this will be const char star. So it will be now simulation of the built-in function. For simulation, the prototype of built-in function and your function should be same. So now let's do the same thing here. Char star is return type, then char star dst, I will take the same formal argument name, and const char star src. So I will append src to dst. So for that I will write the code here. Now how will be the code for concatenating the destination string, concatenating the source string to the destination string? So for that you can consider this diagram. Suppose these are two different strings, Tushar is first string, Kale is second string. So let me give the name as src and dst. So this is going to be destination string and this is going to be the source string. Now what I need to do, I need to concatenate source to destination. That means this k should be copied here at the place of null character in the first string. Then a should be copied to next to that, L should be copied next to that. That means in the destination string I need to copy the second string, that is source string, from its end. So basically string concatenation is nothing but string copy. Only difference is it will be copying a string from the end of the previous string. So first of all I need to take one counter variable and I need to bring that counter variable till the end of the first string or destination string. So suppose I have this I variable. I am using two variables, one is I variable and other is j variable. So I variable I am using to traverse to the destination string and j variable I am using to traverse to the source string. So now first I want to traverse through the destination string. So I will bring this I from 0th location to the last location. So this will be 0th index. So let me write down the indices also. 0th index, then first index, then second index, then third index, fourth, fifth and sixth. So I will bring that I from 0 to 6. So for that one while loop will be there. So let me write that while loop or for loop, anything. Suppose if I declare two counter variables, one is I, other is j, then here I will say for I equals to 0, I will initialize I to 0. Now I will go till the end of the destination string. That means I will say I am supposed to increment the I variable, so I plus plus should happen till I do not get null character into the destination string. So here it will be dst of I till dst of I not equals to \0. So there won't be anything inside the body of the loop because I am supposed to only move the I variable in this loop, so nothing will be there into the body. I will get increment till it do not come to the null character in the destination string. Now after that what? Once I come to the last character, after that I will copy the character from the source string into destination string. That means when it will come out of that for loop, I will be pointing out here. So when the for loop execution is over, I will be pointing here. So it will be pointing to the last character. And now from this character I will copy the another string into this string. So j is pointing to the 0th character only because I will initialize j to 0. So if I show you j where the j is pointing, then it will be pointing here. So now this is the diagram. So now what I will do, now I will copy each character from the source string. So I will say, okay, first of all I need to initialize the j variable to 0. So here j equals to 0 and either while loop or for loop, anything you can use. Suppose while, I am using while loop, and here I write I am supposed to copy each character from source variable into destination variable. So dst of something equals to src of something, some index. So dst of what? At ith index I am supposed to copy because I is pointing to the last character. So dst of I equals to source of j, because j is 0, and first you will copy the 0th character, then you will copy the first and then second. So it will be dst of I equals to src of j. And while loop condition is you will perform this copy till you do not get a now null character into the source string. So src of j not equals to null character, and here you will increment both I plus plus, j plus plus. So this loop also you can replace with the while loop since there is nothing inside the body of the loop. Let me change it to the while loop. So I equals to 0 while dst of I not equals to null character. I will write I plus plus inside the body. So this will be the code. So it will copy the source string into destination string. So that thing is done. So now let me show you that in the diagram. So what I have written, dst of I equals to src of z. So this statement is there, dst of I equals to src of z. So dst of I means now dst of 6 equals to src of z means src of 0. So this k is copied here. So here the k will come. So now that null character is replaced with k. After that I plus plus and z plus plus. So I and z both will increment, and again dst of I equals to src j. That means it will copy a. Then again I plus plus z plus plus. So dst of I equals to src of z. So it will copy l. Then again both I j will get increment and e will be copied. So it will copy up till this, and now null character is not yet copied, because when j will point to the null character, this condition will be false, src of z not equals to null character. So that null character again I need to copy explicitly. So here I have to write src, okay, not src, dst of I equals to \0. So that thing I need to write. And now I will print first. So now everything else is done. So let me run this and let me check whether a copy is happening. So I will quit from this. I will compile it again, gcc string cat underscore demo.c. okay, missing semicolon. So here semicolon is missing, and now let me compile. Now it is getting compiled. If I run this, it is appending, it is giving the same output. So it is appending the source string to the destination string. So instead of hard coding these values, you can take them from the user. That means suppose I do not initialize first and second, but I ask user to enter these values. So I will ask user printf enter two strings. And then I will say get s first to scan and get s second, and after that I will concatenate and I will print. Now what will happen if I compile it, it will give the warning, but anyways you can overlook that. You can simply run the program. So two strings, suppose I write first as the first string, then second as a second string, and output is first second. So second string is concatenated to the first string. So this is the string cat function, strcat. So I have simulated the built-in string cat function. So thanks for watching the video. I will see you again in the next video.